Alright folks, I know I haven't put up a video for a while. I tend to do stuff and then go, hey, I should have recorded that, like I did here, pretty much. So, what I have is I'm working on a knife, obviously, but a Scagel style handle. Basically what that is I have found just about any type of blade shape, but most of them are fairly similar. But it's a half antler and half something else. Usually it's leather stacks like that, which I'm doing on that. But other than that, this one has a maple 4-part, I guess, and then I've got steel and copper in here, so I've already gone this far, and of course never recorded any of that, so now it's just the last little bit of filing all this down and trying to get it to shape. So we'll do this for a bit, and if I remember, I'll try to show you when it's done. You know how it goes. I tend to forget a lot of stuff. So anyways, we're gonna go with this. We're gonna listen to a little bit of the radio while it's happening. I might speed it up, and who knows what you'll be listening to when I do that. Anyway, get that down and I took most of the wood down where I wanted to and got this fairly flush. I'm going to take it to the grinder now and refine this a little bit more, and then I'll bring it back and do the finish sanding on it. I didn't want to use the grinder on the edges that were sticking out, because it would heat this up too much and ruin the probably heat up the glue and start to separate that, and I didn't want to mess around with that. But now I can just touch little bits and do little bits of grinding. But I'm gonna put my pin in before I do that, just to keep it all nice and steady, and then I can finish that part up, and then we'll be ready to go. Alright, I don't know how much you got, how much you didn't get. My recording seems to have shut off, and I don't know when. Alright, so pin is in. It's all peened. I had to use, in case, I'll have to see what I did. So I used ball punches to make sure that I got down inside the ridges, just to get there. Okay, now we're going to switch to the grinder and we'll see what happens. This is a 100 grit belt, and I'm going to be taking it nice and easy. I'm just going to be rolling just lightly, because I don't want to do a whole pile. I don't want to just keep transferring heat in there, so it's just going to be nice and light. Okay, so I am going to still use the file on this a little bit, but that's just to touch up some of the spots, and then I'll switch to paper. Go to 220. I'm not going to worry about how much color I'm taking off of here either. That adds to it a little bit. I'm just don't want to go too far up. So while I'm here, just going to run a file over the top of the pin. And down the edge here, just to make sure that it's not catching on anything. And I'll do the same on the bottom when I get to it, or on the other side, I should say. Alright, I'm going to switch to 400. Take a strip of masking tape. Put it on my sandpaper. and trim it straight down the line. And then I trim it in half. That way I have 2 strips. And they have handles. And I'll do the same with 600. If this was a different type of knife or a different type of handle, I might take it a little farther, but I'm going to stop at 600. I'm going to use a mineral oil. It's a natural oil, good for cutting boards and stuff like that. I like it on the handles of these because it doesn't change the colors very much. Not like a boiled linseed oil would make it like really dark. This just soaks in and doesn't change it. You can see how it doesn't change it, but it still makes it shiny and accentuates the grain. So I like using that for stuff like this. Now on this antler I did put resin on the bottom of it, just so that it doesn't get anything in the core, and it kind of makes the base stand out a little bit more. There. And then we'll do a quick sharpen and a little bit of a show. Okay, so here's a quick tip. If you use diamond stones, this is a 300 and a 600. If you're using diamond stones and you find that it seems to be clogging up a little bit, or you've used it for a while and you think you need to clean it, sandpaper erasers. See how I got a little bit here? You can just run it across and it works just like it does when it cleans your sandpaper, disc sandpaper, or whatever. Same thing. So I do tend to just sprinkle a bit of water on here. I don't use a whole lot. And I do have my magnifying glass, so I check my edge each time. So edge is better there. I'm going to switch to an 800. And this is a ceramic stone. Again, doesn't necessarily need water, but I use it. Scagel style. I know the heel isn't quite as deep as some of the other Scagels you see, and the blade's not quite as wide. This wasn't really where I was going with it, but that's what I ended up with, so I'm happy with it. Still leave it as kind of a rustic style. Leave a couple of marks in there. Nothing too crazy. People like to see things like that at markets and stuff. Again, copper, steel, maple, and antler, and I like the way it turned out. I think it turned out pretty good. And then once I get the other one done, I'll make a sheath for this as well. They'll both have woodsman style sheaths with lacing on them, so it'll be like they'll have lace on the outside rather than just regular stitching. It'll be lace, so I think it'll look really neat and they'll go well together. Alright, have a good one.